How the devil are we? Right, I always promised I wouldn't talk all political and left and right and this and that. Usually a dark corner, semi-active content creator. But I'm going to break that today. I watched that video of that poor chap in that America, that Charlie Kirk, get done in. And it's utterly vile. To take anyone out in front of his wife and kids like that, it's different gravy, man. And like, I thought that the far right was pictured as like brainless Neanderthals, yeah? That like anybody who didn't follow this Palestine, LGB, whatever, all their kind of views, we were looked at like uneducated Neanderthals, no matter where we sit on the scale, whether you're far right, a little bit right, bang in the middle, or just a person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought that the far right were meant to be the violent side. And it isn't the case at all, is it? Like, I mean, somebody tried to shoot Trump. Someone's killed this poor chap. They've killed somebody else, apparently. Why? Why is all this stuff happening? Like, because of a difference of opinion. I just don't get it. It's mad, man. How can you hate somebody so much for a difference of opinion that you publicly execute him like that? It's crackers, man. Absolutely mental. I mean, if that Charlie Kirk was in England, he'd probably be in jail. And that, I know Tommy Robinson said that. But it's true, isn't it? Like, if he would have been speaking the way he speaks, because over in America, freedom of speech is an actual thing, he'd be in jail over it. That's bonkers, that. Oh, I probably shouldn't be doing this video. Oh, God. I'm not a very educated man. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a working class guy. That's all it is. Me and everybody I know, we're all working class. We don't have university educations, this, that, and the other. And American politics is American politics, and I'm not going to talk about that. But seeing that geezer get shot and thinking about his kids growing up, being traumatised, seeing that, what happened to the dad. Little girls, I think he's got as well, man. And it kind of makes me think that these people who are like Palestine and LGB, whatever, and pulling the flags down and all that, they're a bit like over, I don't know, like overrepresented. Is that the right? Overrepresented in the media. And it's like they seem to have the backing of all like the people who are in charge and that. And I'm kind of sick of that. Like, why are they on their side? I don't understand that either. Like, because where I am, and I don't know whether it's true for anybody else who's working class in Britain, but right now, it feels like, and this goes for a massive social circle from different bars, pubs, clubs, and like just across the board, honestly, they all feel the same way. They all say it's like you can cut the tension at the minute with a knife. It's like everybody in this country is ready for a fight. And it's like we all want to fight each other. It's mental. And it really does feel that way. At least where I'm at. I don't know whether you lot feel that, but it really, really does feel like that to me. It feels like a gentle breeze at the minute, somebody to do something nutty at the minute would send this country over the edge. And I hope nothing nutty happens, and I want peace, and I want everybody to get along and all that. But that is truly what it feels like. If something nutty happens, some bad person does a bad action to somebody, like, you know, it just feels like anything could go down. And I don't want that. I don't want civil unrest and all that crap. What kids? But I've recently discovered that they're now teaching my children to hold in place with new drills in schools, emergency drills. Where they have to take shelter under desks and teachers have to barricade doors. Never taught me that when I was a kid. We had fire alarms, do you know what I mean? Used to buzz when the fire alarm went off and you were like, yeah, we all get 5 minutes out of class and go and dick about on the yard with your mates. While you all get counted. Now that's a different kind of drill that they're teaching my lads. They still do the fire drills, yeah, but they're also teaching them that. Why? Why is that a thing? I have an idea as to why it is. Because they've caught some like MI5 guys, done some online ninjaing and discovered messages that are suggesting that people are going to attack a school. Why is that even a thing? If there's even a remote chance of something like that happening, like, just get rid of, get the people who are talking about even suggesting something like that and sling them. Get them out like that. That would, it'd just be like letting a genie out of a bottle. If something like that happened, it'd be so incredibly bad for the country. Now, are the politicians and stuff and the people in power not seeing this? I know that they don't see it at the working class level. I know they don't really care about us. Like, but yeah, the tension at the minute, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, my local area, I often go visiting a mate on a council estate. And he's told me, he said, every single house that has become available over the last year on that estate has been filled up with migrants from the hotels. Every single one of them. Now, it used to be on council estates, because again, I grew up on them, that it was like, you know, women with kids, families, English, you know, occasionally you'd get Asian people and that, and fine, you know what I mean? But he's saying now it's every single one of them. And people in the local community have noticed it. There's gangs, like gangs of them hanging about in certain areas. And you see them when you're driving past and that. It's getting that way where women are quite frightened to walk around because you don't know what's going to happen. Because you hear all these stories. Why is it getting this bad? How is it being allowed to happen like this? It's crazy. It's insane. It's like me and my mate last night, right? We were both together when we caught that Charlie Kirk situation. And we discussed it for ages, and then he brought up the fact about that Tommy Robinson march coming up. And I went, Jesus, imagine if something happens there, knowing what it feels like for us, you know, the working class, and how you can cut the tension with a knife. And he said, we're both in agreement. We think something might actually happen. And I pray to God that it doesn't. I really do. I don't want chaos and anarchy or anything like that. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I want my kids to grow up in a country like I did, that was safe. And, you know, not like, I don't know. Nearest thing I could suggest is like Northern Ireland, when it was all going mad over there. You know, what's that about? Like, I don't want that. I don't want riots and chaos and nothing like that. But even knowing the fears, me and my mate said we should probably go, you know. We should probably go to London. Because we're in agreement that we're just sick of being ignored and forgotten, and like feeling like common sense, like the stuff that we believe in, just doesn't matter. Like this LGB whatever, yeah, the funky bunch, whatever you want to call them, how they're trying to drill down your, drill everything down your throat. Like, you can't tell me that a bloke dressed as a woman is a woman. I'm never going to address it like that, ever. He's still going to be a mate to me. I'm still going to go, you're all right, mate. No matter what he's wearing. I don't care about your pronouns. If you want to say that you're a penguin or whatever it is that you want to say you are, that's fine. But you're never going to get me to call you love. Do you know what I mean? Never, ever. Never in a million years. If that makes you want to commit violence against me, then there's a problem with you. Not me. Not anybody who's like that. I just don't get it anymore. I feel like the best bet for anybody who's like, again, I'm very uneducated. Yeah, I am. I don't try and put across that I'm like a uni know-it-all, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I ain't out special. I work for a living. I'm good with my hands. I build stuff. You know what I mean? But I contribute to society. My mates do. We all do. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. I don't really understand the point I'm trying to put across in this video. I'm just having a rant and I'm having another wobble. And it's probably not going to get any views, and that's fine too. I just thought I needed to put that out there. And to anybody who has made it this far, who's like viewed me before, I told you I was getting a new car. But it's no 250 grand bad boy. It's just a regular family car. But I hope a Peugeot's better than a Citroen for you. So, hey ho. Have a good one, boys and girls. Take care.